Alright guys, so I welcome you all to my channel. In this channel we'll be talking mainly about programming. I have started with Java. We are going to concentrate much on Java, but we'll talk even about other programming languages in general. So without wasting much of the time, I will set the ball rolling. I started with data types. I'm gonna share with you guys about data types in Java. As at now, I assume you have already installed JDK on your system and you have also a text editor. In my case, I'm using Eclipse Workspace as the IDE, but you can use any IDE of your choice. um so without wasting much of the time, let me start by explaining a little things that you need to know. So we're gonna concentrate on primitive data types, and these are the basics that you have to know. So we have a byte that has a size of 1 byte, and this can be used to store numbers in that range, just like you can see under the description section. And then we also have a short. This can store a number as long as 2 bytes, the size. And you can see under the description the range of numbers it can store. Again, we have int, we have long, we have float, we have double, we have boolean, and we have char. So these are the primitive data types that you need to know, but our focus mainly, we are going to do with data types in let me open this Eclipse Workspace. So now here, first let me, before I start, let me remove this code. I'm gonna start with you guys from scratch. So let me cut this code. So what I'm going to do is, I want to delete this. Okay, I want to create a program from scratch with you guys. So let me just close this one. I'll say don't save. So this is how you start a program. You will tap file, then from file you go new, or other than that you can just say Alt Shift N. But by the way, you say file, file new, then you go Java project, you click there, you give a name to your project. So let's call it for example, let's call it even project, let's say we call it project 1. That's cool, project 1. And make sure that here you click the JDK version that you installed on your system. In my case, I installed JDK 2022. So you will have to pick the one that you installed on your system. And so I'm gonna tap next, and from here I'm gonna just tap finish. Now we have to create a class. I went again in file, and then I went to class. So under the class, you give, firstly here under the source folder, you need to pick the program that you created. So I'll pick project 1. This is the one I'll pick, the source file under project 1, and I'll tap OK. Yes, so like I said, I'm gonna, here after you choose the source file here, you have to make sure that here you click here the public static void main, and after, okay, let's see what's not, Why it's not like that? Here we can't. Okay, wait, chill. Okay, so I realized that we didn't put the name, hence we were unable to click. So just like in any other programming language, you need to give a name to your class. So okay, we can call it, let's say, my class. It's not a problem. We can call it my class, and then we tap finish. So we now have this is how you start a program in Java. And so let me just paste the code that I copied, and it's the one I'm gonna use to explain. So I'll just paste it like that. Yeah, so just like I said, we are concentrating mainly on data types. So firstly, on my list we're going to discuss today, we have int. Int means integer. Is a short form for integer. So just from the name itself, this data type works with integers. So for example, um we have a data type we've named it my name. We have a variable we've named my name, and this variable stores integers as in the data type. So we have assigned 5 to my name, and we have no error. Why? Because 5 is an integer. If we, instead of 5, let's say we write a letter, it's gonna give us an error. Let's say we write T, or we write some numbers, some letters there, it's gonna give us an error. Why? Because the data type does not suit. um I think there it's clear and straightforward. So we can actually, okay, let me first comment out, let me comment out this for a while. Okay, so actually we can, if after this, if you want to print something to the console, if you want to print out something to the console, this is the syntax in Java. System out print line. So here, if I run the code, print line, I mean, sorry, if I'm to run the code, you've seen on the console it's printing 5 here. Here, if you check, follow my cursor here, follow my cursor, it's showing 5 here. It has been printed on the console. And if I'm to write a different number here, as let's say 56, since this 56 will be stored in my num, and since it's my num we're printing out, it's 56 that will be printed out. So let's see. Okay, it has printed 56 here on the console. It has printed 56, you can all see it. So this is the syntax for printing out something to the console. So for example, actually, other than this number that I've put there, I can just print out anything there. If you want to print out some letters, you're gonna use this syntax. You have the double inverted commas, and in them you write something. For example, let's say my name. Okay, or let's say my age is, let's say my age is like that. If I want to print out this to the console, I'll say run. Let's see. You've seen it has printed out here. My age is. I can actually I can combine this. I can let's say I want to say my age is, let's say, 56. So I'm gonna put plus there, and I'll write my num. And since it is 56 that was stored in my num, it's gonna print out to the console at my age is 56. So this is how you concatenate, or rather combine, a string with a number. You do it with the use of a plus. So there, for example, I can say run. So my age is 56. There, it has gone. You can actually even concatenate, or rather combine or add two strings by doing this. From there, you're gonna do that and write something in there also. I can actually write even the same 56 there, but as at now it is being regarded as a string. So, but the problem here is that there will be no space between this and the number. so you need to add some space also there. If you want, you can actually even do that. Sorry, let's go. You can do that, and again you have to add another plus there. Space will be added. Sorry, sorry, let's see, how we're moving here. Okay, I'll just remove this. Okay, we demonstrate to see. Let's run. So there we go. We have my age is 56. It has been printed to the console. And again, if you want to, let's say, okay, I think it is clear with integers, so I can go ahead to the other data type. We have a float, and just like you can see, a float works with, you can even store like decimal points, because for integers it's only for whole numbers, just like you can see, but for float you can even store the decimal part. And just like you can see from here, if I'm to uncomment this, let me comment it from here. If I'm to uncomment it, it will print this floating number that is stored in my float now. So okay, let me try to comment out this also. Yeah, I've commented it out, and then let's run the program. You see, we can see 5.99 has been printed out the console. So we again, next on our list we have a car. So a car is, it can store, just from the explanation we had here, a car stores a single character, letter, or ask values. So you can pause the video and read properly the description. So yeah, that's with a car. So for example, I'm gonna come here, let me try to comment it from here so that we observe the car properly. Okay, let me just try to comment out this. So for example, I have car named my letter, and in it I've stored D. So if I'll print the cursor, it will be D that will be uh, printed out on the cursor, because it's the one being stored in my letter. So for example, if I'll tap there, it's D that has been printed out to the cursor, like you can see. And next we have the bool data type. So the Boolean data type is used for true or false. So this the reason why it only has a single byte. If you a single bit, sorry, if you check from here, the Boolean data type, because it stores either true or false values. So let's say for example, we have here Boolean my bool is true. So if to use this syntax for printing out something, and since on to my bool I've stored true, it is true that will be printed out on the console. So let's try it. Let's try to run the program. So we've seen true is what has been printed on the console. So again, here there's an interesting thing. So let's comment this out, comment it out. Let's now start working with the strings. Interesting. So we have we have strings. So in this one we can even store like a word in it. For example, we have string my string for hello. As you can see, we are able to keep this. Okay, right, so here we have this red thing. Probably it's because of this, because we commented it from there. So let's just remove it out. Yeah, and the error has gone. And don't mind there the error is due to grammar. It's grammar sensitive. I'm sure if you click there, it can show you why. They're saying that int is not correctly spelled, so don't mind that. Don't mind that as for now, because that thing is commented. So the compiler, it's not the compiler actually reading it, so don't mind it. So we're here, we want to print out some text. So we've into my text we've put hello. If we run the program, hello has been printed on the console. So there you actually now understand. So let's try to see how we can concatenate or rather combine two texts. So let's see. Alright, so let's see. So I have string my text with hello, and I have string my text again with world. So I can just actually print them out like that with using the addition sign. I can concatenate the two texts together. And let me bring something to your attention here. Let me bring something to your attention. Suppose I have this. Suppose I have this. Suppose I have these two. If I tap run, look what's happening here on the console. I have hello out and hello out down. They are in different line spaces. Now look, check. If from here I'll remove the print line, if I'll just say print, you have no error quite right. And if you've seen everything is in the same line. Why? Because you have not indented. So you have to put print line there. When you put print line, it goes to the following line. So I'm sure you get the logic right there, what's happening. And since this was just like an introduction of my channel, and don't worry, this was just a start. It might not be enough for today, but we'll grow the channel just like that, and it will be evolving, and we'll see to it that we are developing, and at the end of the day we'll have to receive something and know something and develop some skills. So thanks to all those that who support my channel and see to it that my channel grows, and so that we'll help one another grab some programming ideas. So bye for now. Thank you guys. I'm gonna drop as much videos I can, and I'm gonna try by all means that I improve. If you have any comments, my weaknesses, what you can help me grow as a person, because I'm a starter. Thanks guys.